Okay, so we are now in Unit 5. And Unit 5 is all about triangle congruence. Triangle congruence is one of my favorite topics. Right, and we're going to start in section 5.1. In section 5.1, we're going to introduce the I need to zoom out a little here. I need to introduce the side congruence postulate. Right. Sorry about my bleach stain there. I just noticed that on my wrist. Right. So that's side congruent postulate. Side congruent postulate. Okay, the purpose of the side congruence postulate is saying, if it's going to say here that if I have, oh, by the way, this is for your Bob notes. You should put this in your back of book bank notes, right? So it's saying here, if I have two triangles and they're congruent, if three sides of one of the triangle are congruent to all three sides of the other triangle. Okay, so they got to be the respective triangles too, the respective sides of the triangle, though. So they got to be named the same. They got to be labeled the same order and everything. And I'll show you what I mean here right now, I guess. Okay, so let's say that I have a triangle. Let me make a triangle here with a ruler and a protractor. I'm going to need both of these. You could also use some patty paper, but I'm going to use a ruler and a protractor here to make sure my angles and everything are pretty solid. Okay, so I'm going to make a red triangle, and I'm going to use my centimeters because they're a little bit easier to read on here. And I'll make my first angle here. I'll make it just at some random slant angle, and I'm going to make it nice and make it a 5 angle or a 5 centimeter red angle, and then a red at some random angle, right? And then I'm going to go over here and I'll make it like kind of flat, I guess. Kind of flat, maybe at a little down, angle. I'm just making this up as I go, right? And I'll make it like, I don't know, 7. Okay, and then I'll connect the two together with the green, right? And it's gonna none of these are like a right angles or anything. They're just a triangle. Okay, I'll connect the two together. And I wonder if it's big enough. I think it's big enough for the protractor to reach. If not, I'll use a little trick with a card. All right, so that is my triangle, and I'll label this triangle ABC, A, B, and C. Okay, so that's my triangle ABC. Now let me figure out what my angles here are. I just need one angle here, just so that I can get all the sides to match, to come together. This is the only reason I'm really measuring an angle here, and that's so that I can get the sides to match. I'm not really going to even label it. Okay, all right, but I'm going to put this right here. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you can see the protractor. Right, I'm just going to grab this angle real quick. I'm going to make sure that my red line, right, my line here, right here, lines up, and my circle right here is on the intercept here, and look at that. That is a nice, I know that this is the acute angle, so this is a nice even 80-degree angle. Okay, so I'm going to draw like my red line. This was 5 centimeters. I'll draw it like this. Sure, I'll draw a 5 centimeter and go back again. Draw a 5 centimeter. Draw a 5 centimeter red line. Right, and then from this was how long was this one? I don't remember. I should have wrote it down. That was 7 centimeters. So from like this one, I'm going to start an 80-degree line going this way. Sure, going that way at an 80-degree line. So I just need 80-degree line. Grab a little note card here so I can mark it nice and straight. 80 degrees from 80 degree. There we go. Get it centered on the. Okay, so 80 degrees. Okay, there it is, and then there it is. Okay, and that was my blue mark. No, that'll do. Okay, and then I'll just make 7. Line this up to this, and make this 7 centimeters long from here, intercepting with this line here. I think I got just enough line there to go here to here. Alright, and then if I connect these 2 points right here, these 2 points that I left remaining, that should be, back up a little, so that should be about 8 centimeters. About 8 centimeters. And that's about right. Right there, about 8 centimeters with the green. Connected. Alright, so I got those 3 sides. Those 2 congruent triangles, right? So my red meets my green. That would be my A, but I'm going to name that, D. D, or my blue meets my red. I'm going to name that E, A, B, C, D, E, and where my C, where my blue meets my green, I'm going to name that D. Right, so my proposal here is that a triangle A, B, C is congruent to triangle D, E, F. Okay, well, if my triangle AC, so this is AC, should be congruent, it should be F, I labeled that D, it should be F, it should be F. So that means that AB should be the same length as DE. So this is the red length, So that AB should be congruent to DE. So let's see if that is true. Right? So AB is about 5 centimeters, and DE, oh, you didn't see me read that. AB is about 5 centimeters, and DE is about 5 centimeters. Okay, so, and then I should have that BC, that's my green one, BC and EF. BC, well, that's not the green one, that's the blue one. BC, BC, and EF. BC and EF should be congruent. So BC and EF, BC is about 7 centimeters, and EF is about 7 centimeters. So that is true. Okay, and then finally, I have A to C and D, F. Those should be congruent. So I have A to C, and that is about 8, and D to F is about 8. So that is true. So that is true. So this postulate shows true, right? So the side postulate is saying that if I have 3 triangles that share the same side lengths, that these 3 triangles are congruent. So hopefully that makes sense. You can try this yourself in any variation, but you'll find that if the 2 triangles share the same 3 side lengths, that they are congruent. But it's important that these are in the right order. If they're not in the right order, like say this was EFD, this would not be true. Okay, hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.